What's up, everybody? How you doing? What's going on? I hope everything has gone great for all of y'all this week. Now, before I get started with today's reaction, I figured I'd give you guys some of the useless information that's in my brain and kind of just see what you guys think. Alright, so fun fact. Did you know that in the first Avengers movie, most of the food that Robert Downey Jr. is eating wasn't part of the script? Now, he apparently hides a bunch of food throughout the entire, set, like a squirrel for the most part, and then just kind of eats it whenever he feels like. So I don't know about you guys, but that seemed awesome to me because, to be in that kind of position where you can hide your own food and they won't tell you anything while you're working, it sounds awesome. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you guys knew about it. But yeah, that's just my little tidbit for today. Now, back to the reaction video. I'm actually really excited for today's video. I know you guys are too. I've seen a few videos from this comic before, and he's always been very funny. So I'm pretty sure today's video is going to be great. However, we won't know until we jump into it. So you know what? Let's see how this goes.
And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I went to the doctor, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to get a checkup, see what's going on. The honest truth is, I knew it wasn't going to be awesome, okay? I knew the doctor wasn't going to be like, you might be surprised to hear this, but you're perfect. Like, you're a perfect physical specimen, man. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but I didn't expect him to be a dick. Usually they're not. I feel like in my experience, doctors are polite, almost overly polite, where it's phony and condescending. And they go, oh, really interesting story you got there. Doctors do that because you're telling them a story, and doctors don't want to hear a story. No, doctors want to hear, this hurts. Not, I was over at my friend Charlie's house, and we went to move the ottoman, and, you can use it as a coffee table, or you could use it as an ottoman, it's up to you. And your doctor's like, I want to blow my fucking brains out right now. I go in there, I sit on the exam table, which is my least favorite table to sit on in the world.
It's very awkward.
It's the only table that in 30 years I've sat on where my feet don't touch the ground. So I feel like a fucking toddler waiting like...
Try being short.
My doctor comes in, he doesn't say hello, he doesn't say good morning, he just walks in, he points at me, which is super aggressive, to start a conversation with somebody like, hey man, you're like, hey, what's up, man? And he goes, do you want something for your hair? And I go, what?
Oh, man.
And he goes, do you want something for your hair? And I go, I don't get it. And he goes, has nobody told you that your hair's falling out? And I was like, damn. No. And he goes, oh. Sorry. All right. Then he pulls my chart out of the slot, super dramatic, so that it makes a fucking noise. He goes, and he goes, wow. And I'm like, really? Wow. Is it full-blown AIDS? Like, why is it wow? And he goes, you weigh 245. And I go, like, yeah, like I knew that shit. And he goes, you weighed 230 last time you were here. Not exactly what I would call weight loss. And I'm like, are we at a fucking roast or something? Right? Like, what are you doing? Then he says, you're the fattest patient I've seen all day.
Oh.
And I go, it's 9:30 in the morning. And he goes, still.
Oh, he's mean.
He's like, we ran your blood work. It turns out your muscle enzymes are through the roof. And I go, yeah, man, like, I'm super strong. Like, how is that a problem? And he goes, they're off the charts. I'm like, even better. I'm probably your strongest patient, man. And he goes, I don't think you understand muscle enzymes. And I go, that's true. I don't know what they are. And he goes, well, the only way you could have them this high would be like, A, if you were an Olympic athlete, which clearly... I'm like, dude, what is the deal, man? And he goes, the other way would be if you were a cocaine addict.
Oh, okay.
And I go, I don't do coke. And he goes, I'm your doctor. You don't have to lie to me. And I go, I'm not lying. And he goes, I can't treat you if you're not going to be honest. And I go, hey, man, aren't cokeheads skinny? Isn't that like part of the deal? And he goes, usually, yeah. The nurse comes in, she takes my chart out of his hands. And she goes, oh my God, his muscle enzymes are so high. Maybe he runs marathons. And my doctor goes, look at him. So at this point, I go, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me today. I'm going to leave now. And he goes, all right. And he goes, hold on a second. Do you have a ring on your finger? And I go, yeah. And he goes, you're married. And I go, yeah. And he goes, to a guy? And I go, no. And he goes, oh, I thought you were gay. And I go, why? And he goes, oh. I'm like, all right, dude. And he goes, hey, I'm just kidding. And I go, that's fine. He goes, but check it out. And he takes my chart and he shows it to me, and he had written gay ? On my medical chart.
What? Seriously? That's messed up.
The thing that gets sent to other doctors has his inside, maybe he sucks cock joke written on it.
Oh.
I went home, I told my wife, she's like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, I mean, are you ever gonna go back there? I'm like, are you out of your mind? That's the funniest fucking doctor in the world. Of course I'm going back there. I have like Don Rickles as my primary care physician. It's amazing. I'm faking injuries to go back to this guy. You know you're a piece of shit. I'm like, I know.
Alright, so this video was hilarious. Tom Segura does not disappoint with his comedy. I love his storytelling. It just comes out very, natural for him, and I really like that when it's like that for a comedian. I mean, also, I don't blame him for wanting to go back to that doctor, because as of right now, he's got comedy gold. I mean, if you're going to have that kind of interaction every time you go, you're going to come out with a bunch of new stuff for any new shows that you got to do. Now, for me, on the other hand, I probably wouldn't go back, because I don't know how I would react to a doctor being that, hardcore. I'm used to the nicer ones that kind of go around all the, the subject before they tell you exactly what you should be doing. But I mean, either way, I don't go very often, but for me, that would be a very awkward interaction. Either way, I enjoyed this video. Hopefully you did too. If you did, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe buttons down below. Also, make sure to hit that little notification button. That way you guys know when I drop my next video. And please, if you get the chance, check out the socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I do update those periodically. And if you get the chance, check out my Twitch streams on Wednesdays and Fridays. Just check my page for the times. Well, thanks for joining me here today, everybody. Stay spicy, my friends.